excited to be here tonight to be a part of this second night of revival. Just want to bring you greetings all the way from Chattanooga, Tennessee. My name is Chris Sands. I'm the assistant as well as the youth pastor at the Olivet Baptist Church, where Kevin Adams is my bishop and pastor. Amen. 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 God bless you. God bless you. Can we give the angel of this house, Pastor Hartwell, a round of applause, please? It's something to see young people serve, but it's another to see a pastor that's on fire, to see young people excited. Amen. It's such a blessing. Proverbs 22:6 says, "But train up a child in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it." And what you all are doing in this place is truly evident that these young people are being trained up in the perfection in the walk of God. Amen. 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 And I want to give a few shout outs if you all don't mind. I'm going to get into what we're going to talk about tonight. But I see a couple of my friends in the audience tonight. Miss Stephanie McDonald, she's in the building. God bless you. It's good to see you. Some of my friends drove up. With me from, some of my youth leaders drove up with me from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Miss Tawana Stevenson, Miss Tanisha Washington, my homeboy Logan Taylor, he is here. Then one of my best friends, Jamal Black, is in the building. God bless you, sir. It's so good to see you, man. It's so good to see you. Now, I understand that this is revival for youth tonight, right? So, hello? We talking to young people. Pastor said we're young in spirit. I got a little nervous early. He was up here hopping. I didn't know what was going to take place. Then he told me he was a Q. Oh my God. Okay. Now I see why. God bless you, Pastor. It's all right. Everybody making mistakes. If you have your Bible, turn with me to Mark chapter 2. If you have your Bible, turn with me to Mark chapter 2. I won't be before you too long. Oh man, and then he told me with the Alabama A&M that I must admit that's my alma mater, and that's one thing that we have in common. But when I felt like that flow was about to come through, that cute stuff, that's not me. God bless you. If you have your Bible, turn with me to Mark chapter 2. Mark chapter 2. Now, don't y'all judge me. I'm a little different. I'm not a traditional pastor. Can I be myself tonight? I don't know how else to be anywhere, but I'm just going to be myself. Is that all right? All right. Before we go to our text, I want to shout out one of my childhood friends. We've been friends since like elementary school, like 5th grade, and I want to say thank her personally for this invitation. Miss Bunny Peoples, thank you so much. We've been friends since like 5th grade, amen. Amen, amen, amen. If you have your Bibles, turn with me to Mark chapter 2, beginning at verse number 1. Mark chapter 2, beginning at verse number 1. Once you have it, say, I got it. If you don't, say, hold up. All right, Mark chapter 2, beginning at verse number 1. It reads on this wise. It says, "And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. And straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them. No, not so much as about the door. And he preached the word unto them. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of the palsy, which was borne of 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was. And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of palsy lay. When Jesus saw their faith," watch this, "he said unto the sick of palsy, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there, and reasoning in their hearts, Why does this man thus speak blasphemy? Who can forgive sins but God only?" As I prayed and I was thinking about the theme, laboring in love, God wanted me to share with you all today godly connections.
Amen. Great.
Godly connections. Everybody say godly connections. All right, the young people down here, can I come down here with y'all? Y'all good? Y'all all right? Now look, I know y'all been singing, y'all been praising the Lord, but I know y'all louder than that, so y'all got to turn up with your boy. Y'all got me? Y'all got to turn up with me. Y'all, you sleep? You all right? Wake up, because I don't know how else to be. Y'all all right? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Blink if you hear me. Blink if you hear me. There you go. Show me a teeth or two. Can you show me a tooth? Don't do it. Some of y'all missing something. It's all right. God bless you. Listen, I'm petty. Don't y'all judge me. Here it is. Tonight we're talking about godly connections. Everyone say godly connections. Now you must understand, in order to have a godly connection, you got to understand what type of friends that you have. You got to understand what type of friends that you have, because you got to understand, by definition, Webster tells us that a friend is someone that you have a common bond with. Webster tells us that not only is it a friend, a friend is a person that you have a common bond with, but it's also someone that you can relate to. So when it comes to friends, young people, you got to be careful of what type of friends that you have, because the old school song by a man by the name of Houdini used to have a song that said, "Friends." How many of us have them? Friends. The one, say it, go ahead, what's it? Don't get nervous now. You was up there a few minutes ago, my God, don't do it. Huh? Then it's this guy named Drake. New school said, "I've been down so long that they look." Oh, there you go. Okay, I see where we at now. What he say, Doc? What he say? "I've been down so long that they look." They look. I got people, faith, straight up to my. Oh, okay. Straight up to my what? Don't y'all get up in church and act like y'all super saved and super spiritual. You know you at the crib, you be, am I right or not? All right, so here it is. You got to understand, young people, you got to understand that you got to watch who your friends are. You got to watch who your friends are. And watch this. There are 4 types of toxic friends that you got to stay away from. I hope y'all listen. There's 4 types of toxic friends that you have to stay away from. Number 1, you got to stay away from the draining friend. Everybody say the draining friend. The draining friend is the person that every time you're in their circle, every time you're with them, it seems like when you leave them, you worse off than when you first met them. See, the draining friend is that person, they dump all their issues, they dump all their problems, they always got something negative to say, they always got something negative to talk about. That's that gossiping person, and oh my God, it feels like it's a dumpster. They just throwing everything on you, and by the time you leave their presence, you frustrated, you upset, you depressed, you don't know how to think, you don't know what to think about. It's like, my God, why am I even friends with you? Because every time I come around you, you negative. Listen, you gotta be careful for the draining friend, because the draining friend will literally suck the life out of you. So it's imperative and it's important and it's critical that you don't have and stick with this draining friend. Everybody say the draining friend. All right, the next friend to stay away from is the unreliable friend. Everybody say the unreliable friend. See, the unreliable friend is that person who tell you they're going to be there at a certain time, but they never show up. I'm going to be there in 10 minutes, but see, 10 minutes, they still at the crib, they still about to get ready to get in the shower, they ain't did what they're supposed to do. I'm going to be there in 10 minutes, and 10 minutes turn into an hour in 10 minutes. Hello, somebody. You got to be careful for the unreliable friend. As a matter of fact, my friend Black called me on the way here. He said, "Brother, to be on time is what?" Okay, don't do it. I can do it anyway. He said, "Brother, to be on time is to be early. To be on time is to be late. So, Chris, you late. Where you at?" I said, "Doc, I got lost." And see, normally I'm the reliable friend, but today I was a little unreliable because you know what? I couldn't find it. Anyway, God bless y'all. We here. Anyway, so watch this. You got to be careful for the unreliable friend. Everybody say the unreliable friend. All right. The next person that you have to stay away from is the unsupportive friend. You got to stay away from the unsupportive friend. Everybody say, I got to stay away from the unsupportive friend. Now, watch this. The unsupportive friend is when they have something, you always there for them. You always show up. You always encouraging them. You always in their corner. You always helping them. You always doing their part. But when it's your turn, they know where to be found. When it's your turn, then you can't find them. See, watch this. The unsupportive friend is, watch this, when it's time for them to fight, you right there with them. And then you know, when y'all in school, right, so y'all already know how y'all be standing like what it is, though. I wish she would. Put your hands on my girl, though. Then for my young ladies, you know how y'all do. I wish she would, though, like for real, though. Like, do something to her. And then all of a sudden, y'all hear it go, whoosh. I wish you would. I wish you would. Put your hands on her. But then when somebody try to do you that way, girl, I can't even get in trouble this week. Girl, my mama gonna get me if I get in trouble one more time. Like, for real, girl, like I'm trying to tell you, don't you do it. Don't you do it. See, watch this. The unsupportive friend. Laugh out loud. Watch this. The unsupportive friend is that friend that tell you, girl, you look cute. Uh-oh. But then let you go out the house and you be jacked up from the floor up. Girl, you got on multicolors and they tell you, girl, that look real good on you. Watch this, they send you up for the okie doke, baby. Can I tell you? They're like, bro, them J's cold, bro. Let me see them J's, though. You feel me, bro? You feel me, bro? Boy, your shoes dusty, they messed up. They let you go out the house like that. You gotta be careful because watch this, the unsupportive friend is the person who won't tell you your breath stink. You need, listen, Linda, listen. You need some friends who gonna be 100 with you. They come tell you ain't cause real talk, bro. And you gotta find people who gonna tell you the truth about you. The last one. You gotta be careful for the opportunist. You gotta be careful for the friend that's the opportunist. See, the opportunist is the friend that, watch this, they didn't want to be friends with you, they just want to be friends that who you friends with. Oh, y'all don't know nobody like that. Adults, y'all know some people like that? Oh my God, it's like, dang, like, I thought we was cool, but watch this. They only became friends with you just to connect to who you friends with. So really, they just trying to use you as the door to get them to where they need to be. So you got to be careful for the person who only wants to be your friend to try to get in your circle, to try to get in your clique. Because watch this, they're using you and you don't even know it. So you got to be careful for the friends who, watch this, are the opportunists. Y'all know some opportunists? They're only friends when your friends come around. They only call you when you're about to go to the mall with your friends. They only hit you up when you all texting that little boy, that little girl that you know you ain't supposed to be talking to. They want to know who you talking to because truth be told, they ain't your friend. They really want to talk to who you talking to. Hope y'all catch what I'm saying. Blink if you understand, and God bless you. All right, so look, you got to get to the place where you understand that toxic friends are like leeches. That, watch this, at first it's cool, but then they literally suck and drain all the blood out of you. They literally suck your soul dry because, watch this, they want something, but they're not necessarily pouring back into you. They always showing up to eat, but when it's time for you to eat with them, they'll never even buy you a meal. They don't even help you out. As a matter of fact, you can have one sandwich, you cut it in half and give them some, but then watch this, when it's your turn to eat with them, they eat the whole sandwich. So you got to be careful for the toxic friend. But in our text, we see an example of 4 young men, watch this, who are not toxic friends, but watch this, these 4 young men in this text, they do something that messed me up. They do something that doesn't even look like they're supposed to be doing. But watch this, in this text, we're going to learn about 4 friends, here it is, who literally takes their friend who's messed up to Jesus. Can I use some young people for example? Oh, y'all hand one up first. Come here, boy. I need like 4 more people. Come here. Oh, I see your hand. Oh, come here. Oh, I got you. Come here, baby. Hey, didn't this little baby right here sing though? What's your name, baby? Oh, he's bigger, ain't he, baby? Lift your hands. Tell the Lord thank you. Thank you. Amen. Amen. That baby was singing. You hear me? Now, can I see it? Can I see it? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, y'all ready? I'm an illustrative preacher. I don't know how else to be but myself. So tonight we're gonna do a little illustration. That's all right. All right. What is what? Say it again. What is this? You about to find out. All right. Here we go. I undo that for me while I'm talking. All right. Undo that for me while I'm talking. So watch this. Here it is. Here it is. In the text, Jesus comes to town. And while he's in town, the text tells us that he comes to Capernaum. And while he's in Capernaum, here it is, he is dining and reclining in the house of someone who the text doesn't tell us he's reclining in the house. But a lot of people believe that it's the Levite, Matthew, or whatever, the tax collector Matthew. And while he's at Matthew's house, he's in there teaching. So here it is, it doesn't tell us, but he's in the house. And while he's in the house, he's in there teaching. And watch this, it's sold out.
All right.
He's in the house. And it's sold out. Right? The text tells us not only is the house sold out, but watch this, there's no way to get in and get out because so many people came to hear Jesus. Now you must understand that back in the day they didn't have no microphone.
That's right.
Back in the day they they didn't have Instagram, they didn't have Twitter, they didn't have Snapchat, but here it is, they got the message that Jesus was in the building and people came from everywhere. Now watch this, it's messed up that they can come to church back then, but here it is, we got Snapchat, we got Instagram, we got cell phones, we got graphics, but we still can't come to church. Don't y'all judge me, I'm just being 100. So here it is, they get the message. All right. That Jesus is coming to Capernaum, and here it is, when he gets to Capernaum, he's in the house and he's teaching. All right. And while he's teaching, the text tells us that these young men hear that Jesus literally is in town, and they take their friend, who the text tells us is dealing with the palsy. Okay, now you gotta understand that he's dealing with the palsy, and the palsy that he's dealing with, he having a problem with his legs. Amen. With this particular palsy, he having problems walking. Here it is. With these particular problems with this palsy, he cannot stand up. So here it is in our text. The text tells us that these four friends bring their friend to Jesus. Now y'all, this messed me up, because watch this. The text does not tell us how far they had to walk. All right. The text doesn't tell us how far they had to walk. All the text tells us is that the four friends literally took their friend to Jesus. So here it is. I said, God, what kind of friends were these? God, what kind of young people were these that was hungry enough to get their friend to Jesus? So watch this. Here are the four friends that that you need to have in order to have godly connections. Can I tell you? Here are the four friends that you need to have godly connections. Are you ready? All right. Come here. What's your name, sir? Tyree, this is what I need you to do. Come stand right here, Tyree. All right, there you go. Tyree, you represent, here it is, that loyal friend. Everybody say loyal. Watch this. You need somebody who will not only tell you the truth about you, but even with all the dirt that they know about you, still stick around and still tell you the truth about you. You need some people who going to stick with you through thick and thin. You need some people, watch this, who going to stand in your corner and have your back when it seems like nobody else is there. Because watch this, you got to understand that there's some adults in the building that can tell you sometimes you're going to feel like you're by yourself. All right. It's going to feel like nobody understands. It's going to seem like nobody has an understanding of what you're going through, what's going on in your mind. It's going to seem like nobody's there for you. But watch this, even if your loyal friend cannot be there for you, it's a person by the name of Jesus Christ who will always be your friend. And the Bible tells us that he'll never leave us nor forsake us. So here it is. You got to have a loyal friend. Everybody say the loyal friend. All right, here it is. Tell me your name. I met you outside. What's your name? DeQuavis. You good? All right, DeQuavis. You ready? All right, DeQuavis represents that friend that's the godly friend. All right. You need somebody who knows some word. You need somebody who has some wisdom. You need somebody that, watch this, everybody else going to the right, they're like, nah, bro, you need to go on to the left. Hey, I'm trying to get you out of trouble. You know you can't even be fooling with them. I'm trying to tell you, watch this, you need somebody who's godly, who has wisdom, and watch this, that you can listen to them. Because a lot of times, young people, we listen to the wrong folk, and we find ourselves doing stuff we had no business doing. Oh, y'all got real quiet. Okay, let me break it down while I'm right here. Watch this. Here it is. Somebody come slide in your DM. Wait. Come here. How do you? You how? All right. What kind of social media you have? Tell me your handles. What you got? And what else you got? All right, he said he got Snapchat. All right, here it is. How old are you? All right, tell me D. Can I call you D? Decorian, right? Did I say it right? How you? Quavis? Jay. Can I call you Jay? D. Can I call you D? Amen. D. You how? What grade you in? Sixth. So you're in sixth grade. So, got a quick question. You got people starting your DM? Wait a minute. Mother said, what's that? Thank you, Mother. Watch this. DM is direct messaging, okay? DM is direct messenger. So here it is on social media. DM is where the little inbox where you can show your picture, and my girls know what y'all be doing, because y'all be doing them selfies like this. And then watch this. You post a picture, and then this little boy just comes sliding your little instant message like, hey, big head, what you doing? Girl, I'll tell the truth or not. Huh? They And then next thing you know, like, hey, big head, you know those, you know those. Look at that face, look at that face. All right, so watch this. They come hitting you up in your DM and start saying little stuff. You know the words that you don't say in church. You know the little stuff that you can't say in church. You know the stuff that you be thinking about, but you feel like nobody understands. So you never tell the right people, so you always get trapped in it. So here it is, people are consistently sliding your DM, and you feel like you can't tell nobody, but here it is. That's why you need that godly friend and that loyal friend who can tell you the truth about you. So when you find yourself caught up in some situations where you feel like you can't talk to no adults, they can talk on your behalf. And even if they can't talk on your behalf, they can go to God on your behalf and say, Father, I need you to touch my friend. God, I need you to be with them. They're struggling because, watch this, I'm tired of coming to church and we don't be real with our young people. You'll be amazed that watch this, all around the world, there are people who are not being real with their young people. So then we get messed up when they turn 18 and they never come back to church because, watch this, we weren't real with them in the first place. So it's so important, it's so critical that we start being real with our young people and train them up like places like this and revival like this and let them know there's people who are going to be real with you, tell you the truth, and watch this, love you, the wholeness, whatever you're dealing with. Because watch this, there's some grown folks, and truth be told, if somebody would have mentored you, if somebody would have told you the truth about you, we wouldn't have made some of the mistakes that we made. All right, somebody. So here it is. All right, you need the loyal friend. You need the godly friend. But watch this. You ready? Come stand right there. What's your name? Tyree. Now let's do this. You switch. You get right there. You get up there. All right. You good? You good? You straight? You good? You straight? You good? You know what you're doing? What you doing? All right. No, he's the godly friend. All right. You good? You sure? You straight? You sure? You good? You straight? You good? You straight? So here it is. Everybody's trying to tell you, but you didn't catch it. It's all right. Now watch this. All right. You need that friend who's going to be able to talk to your parents and say, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir, we're going to do better. Because watch this, not only are they an example of the godly friend, but this is the friend that's going to always tell you the truth about you. Because they're going to tell you how to be respectful. They're going to tell you how to be courteous. And watch this, not only are they going to talk about it, but they also going to show it in their actions. Amen. Hello? Amen. All right, last but not least, you over here. Come stand right here. What's your name? Where you going? Wait, Jen, where you going? Get right here. What are you doing? All right, what's your name? Oh, I love your name. How old are you? 12. You 12? You tall. All right, it is. Turn around. All right. You good, Ezekiel? You good? You straight? You good? You straight? All right, watch this. Ezekiel represents that friend who's very educated. All right. You laughing. All right. Ezekiel represents that friend who's educated. All of us need some educated friends. Because watch this, if you're the smartest one in the bunch, then you're really not growing. You need some people who are going to push you. You're going to need some people who are going to challenge you. They're going to need some people who are going to help you get to the place where you need to be. And then watch this, we used to say, birds of a feather what? Then watch this, if you're going to flock anywhere, you better be with some people who are going somewhere. You better be with some people who are trying to do something with their life. Because watch this, we got enough young people hanging around with chickens when they're eagles. How are you an eagle kicking it with chickens? Because you got to understand that here it is, you're soaring, and chickens are imposter birds. They got wings, but they can't fly. So here it is, you taking off, and here it is, just still running around on the ground. As a matter of fact, while I'm here, when have you ever ate eagle? But everybody eats chicken. Watch this. That's why it's so imperative that you don't hang around people that's always eating you and you always eating them. You need some people who taking you to a whole other place. Hello, somebody. All right, here it is. Tell me your name again, baby. Hey, Nia. How you doing? You 7? Oh, I'm good. Give me 5. Yes. All right, Nia, I want you to come stand right here in the middle for me, okay? All right, now, fellas, this is what I need you to do. Can you lay down for me, Nia? Can you lay down for me? Yes, Nia, yes. All right. I need you to grab that end right there. Jay, I need you to grab that end right there. Ezekiel, hold it in tight. Hold it tight, Ezekiel. Jay, I need you to hold it. Jay, right? I ain't got D. My bad. Not J.D. All right, D. All right. Hold it tight. All right. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. All right. Don't y'all drop her. She is light. I did it intentionally so y'all won't, you know what I'm saying, be struggling. All right, here it is. On the count of 3, I need y'all to lift her up. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Whoa. Hold it now. Hold it. Okay, pause. Stay right there. All right. So here it is. Laugh my butt off. Here it is. Laugh my butt off. Here it is. As soon as they start moving, she got a little nervous. She said, ooh, wait. Can you imagine that the friend who the Bible tells us the friends brought in on a mat, which represents, watch this, a bed. They call the bed a mat. So here it is. For our illustration purposes, this sheet represents the bed that they brought him in on. So here it is. You got to understand that the text tells us that they brought the man in on a bed, but really a bed is a sheet or a mat. See, watch this. You got to be careful where you lay your bed in. You got to be careful who's holding on to your bed, because watch this, the wrong people can be taking you to wrong places. You got to be careful who you get in bed with. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. So here it is. All right, the text tells us because the person, the friend who was paralyzed, the friend who had the paralysis, the friend who, watch this, was the palsy, the Bible tells us, here it is, that the 4 friends took their friend to Jesus. All I need you to do on the count of 3 is lift her up and start walking on 3. Here it is. 1. Baby, you good? Wait a minute. You good? You not good? You not good? Okay, pause. Stay right there. See, watch this. We got to learn to trust the people who are carrying us. We got to learn to trust the people who are carrying us. I asked her, baby, are you good? She said, no. See, watch this. The problem is, I appreciate her honesty, but a lot of times we got people who holding us up that we really don't trust. You got to be careful for the people that's trying to hold you up that you really don't trust, because I told you, those people can be toxic for your life. All right, I need you to trust them, okay? All right, she shook her head, y'all. I wish I could see her cheese in that movie. That little 2 guns. Left my butt off. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. Hold up. There you go. All right, now all I want y'all to do is walk that way with her. Don't y'all drop her. Don't you drop her. Baby, just stay still. There you go. There is really a person in there. There's really a person in there. And listen, when you get to the exit door, I need you to stop. When you get to the exit door, I need you to stop. When you get to the exit door, I need you to do what? Thank you. Amen. God bless you. This is a SWAT church. Yes. All right, here it is. So watch. The Bible tells us that Jesus is reclining at the house. He's in the house, y'all. Jesus is in the house. Here it is. And the text tells us that he's in there teaching. The Bible tells us that he's in there teaching. Now, typically, whenever Jesus is teaching, they tell us what he's teaching. For instance, the Beatitudes. All right. For instance, they start telling us all the different things. When he gave the model prayer in Matthew chapter 6, they told us what he was teaching on. But in this text, he doesn't tell us what he was teaching. All the Bible tells us is that he's teaching. Now, you gotta understand that here it is. It's crowded in the house, and all of a sudden, the people, the 4 friends that was bringing their friend to Jesus was at the door and couldn't get in. That's right. They're at the door, but can't get in. Jesus is teaching, but they shut out. Because it was no more room in the house. Watch this. There's some people who want to come to church, but because they can't get in what we're accustomed to, because of our traditions and because of how we did certain stuff, they outside trying to get in. We got to change our approach. We got to change how we do certain things, because watch this. There's people who want to come in the house, but we keep them outside the house because we're crowded in the house because we're consistently doing what we're accustomed to doing. And can I tell you, Jesus is against religion, but he loves relationship. All right, that's a whole other subject for a whole other day. Here it is. While I'm here, the text tells us that Jesus is in the house teaching. And while Jesus is in the house teaching, they can't come through the door. But watch this. The text tells us that they got a better idea. We can't go through the door. We can't go through the roof. Through the window. Let's take them to the roof. Okay, now I need y'all to start walking this way. Come. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Come. Just start walking. Just start walking. I need your ears and not your eyes. I need your ears and not your eyes. When I say stop, I need you to stop. And now is the time to stop. Pause. All right, there it is. Hold up. Hold up. The text tells us, listen, that these 4 friends, here it is, these 4 friends took their friend to Jesus. Okay? The text never tells us how far they walked. The text doesn't tell us how long it took them to get there. And typically, whenever you were going somewhere, especially on foot, typically it took you 3 days to get there. So can you imagine, just go with me in my exegetical approach, if you don't mind for just a moment, here it is, for 3 days they're traveling with their friend. For 3 days they're going to a house that they weren't invited to. For 3 days, they was caring about their friend, because watch this, by caring about their friend, it showed their faith. Caring for their friend, it showed what was going on the inside of them. So my question to you tonight, what kind of godly connections that you have that your friends will risk 3 days to get you to Christ? What type of godly connections do you have that your friends want to see you saved even when you don't feel saved? What type of friends do you have that'll get you to Jesus that even when you can't walk, they'll lift you up until you can start walking? Just curious. So the text tells us, here it is, that Jesus is teaching. Y'all good? That's right. Sweetheart, you good in there? She waved her hand. Hey, it's good to see you hand. Here it is. I'm almost done. Here it is. 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 Jesus. Listen, hold up. Watch this. They haven't even been holding her for 5 minutes and they're struggling. But the friends walked for days, and the text never told us that they got tired of holding it. Watch this. Who's holding you up? You got to understand that when people hold you up, they won't get tired. And even if it feel like you're about to slip, hold it. They'll switch positions to keep you together. So here it is, start walking this way, y'all. Y'all good? Start walking this way, let's go. All right. And pause, stop. We get tired. Don't you drop that, baby. Don't you drop her. Baby, I hope your mom in here. Your mom in here. Hey, mom. Hey. She like, baby, ooh, this preacher better not let them drop my baby. Yeah, my brother, that's your brother. Bro, you better hold your sister. Jesus, you supposed to be the first one holding her up. Jesus. He like, no, I'm good. Get away. Don't you drop your sister, you petty. All right, pause. Here it is. Watch. So, the text tells us that Jesus is in the house teaching. And while Jesus is in the house teaching, they couldn't get through the door, they couldn't go through the window, so they made a decision to go through the roof. Amen. Now, you got to understand that during this particular time, most of the time, that people who had houses back then only had one level. That's right. That's right. So, whatever house they were in, this person had to have a little bit of status. That's right. How can I make this plain? Okay. In their house, this particular house is like a townhouse. It had 2 levels. It had to have 2 levels because the text tells us that they went on top of the house to get in. Oh my God. So watch this. This person's house that they were in had to have a little bit of clout, had to have a little bit of money, because if they didn't have a little bit of money and a little bit of clout, they only have a 1-level house. But because of the influence of this particular house, these 4 friends got on top of the roof, y'all. Watch this. And when they got on top of the roof, the text tells us that they started breaking the roof. You okay? You good? They started breaking the roof. Okay, you at somebody else's crib. You at somebody else's house, and you have the audacity of mitigated gall to tear their roof up? That's all right. Can I ask you a question? Because we're talking about laboring in love. How desperate are you to see your friends get to Christ? How desperate are you for them to really get to know Jesus? Because watch this. If your friends really matter to you like you say they do, You'll do whatever you got to do. You'll move whatever you got to move out the way to get them to the place of Jesus. If you got to hold them up, if you got to lift them up, whatever you got to do something. Because watch this, the Bible tells us that they tore open the roof. And when they tore open the roof, here it is, they start literally carrying it down. Come on, y'all ready? Come on. All right, pause. All right, so slowly but surely, y'all gonna lay her down, okay? So the Bible tells us that after they tore open the roof, they started laying her down. And the Bible never tells us that Jesus stopped teaching. It didn't say Jesus stopped teaching until, here it is, when she got on, yes, baby, you good? Stay right there for just a moment. Stay right there, hold on. Here it is. Here it is in the text. As they were lowering the friend down, the Bible says, Jesus saw that. Help me, mother. Oh, all right. The Bible says, here it is, that Jesus saw their faith. Okay. Hold on. The text says that Jesus saw their what, mother? Faith. All right. Jesus saw their faith. And he said, your sins are forgiven. Your sins are forgiven. Because he saw the faith of the friends. The friend was able to be forgiven and be saved. Okay. All right. How can I break this down? Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the of things and the of things. All right. So in other words, faith is me speaking something until it starts existing, and I'm going after the very thing that I spoke over. All right. Okay. All right. Let me break it down this way. I work a job. I don't get paid till Wednesday, but I'm speaking that I'm rich and I have a check by Wednesday. So watch this. Even though Wednesday hasn't come yet, I'm already expecting and I'm speaking that by Wednesday I'm going to have a check. Hold on, I don't know how to say it. Watch this. I might not have food right now, but watch this. I start speaking and it start manifesting. And watch this. Sooner or later it shows up. But what messed me up in the text is, Jesus saw their faith. Amen. All right. Not the faith of the palsy, but the faith of the friends. That's why it's so critical, because if you look at Hebrews 6:10, as you look at laboring in love, it said, watch this, it sees your works. That's right. Right? It's the text. It sees your works and your labor of love. So here it is, when you are able to serve your friends, God sees what you're doing, and watch this, he considers that a godly connection. That's why I told you got to have the right people around you. That's why I told you got to get rid of some toxic friends. That's why I told you got to get rid of people who has a negative vibe in your ear, because watch this, if you continuously listen to them, you'll find yourself doing and saying and being in places that you're normally not used to being in. Hello? Have your mom or young people ever told you who you been talking to because you came home with a funky attitude, you real nasty, you be rolling your eyes and your head like this, and you be saying them words, you know them words like I told you to say at church, and then your mom and your daddy ask you, who you been kicking it with? Who your friends is? You can't go over their house no more. Or have your mom ever told you, or your dad ever told you, you introduce them to your friend and they be looking at them like, no, you can't be kicking it with them? Because watch this, you got to understand that mom and daddy have a discernment. Mom and daddy have a discernment because watch this, they've been there, done that, got a t-shirt and a plaque for it. So watch this, when they see spirits that remind them of what they've been through, it's like a radar, they be like, girl, she crazy, stay away from them because they'll take all your money. It's like a radar, they start telling you what's up, and you be like, oh my God, like mom, you just hate, mom, you don't even like them. But watch this, and sooner or later, what you find out is that mom and dad was telling the truth. You got to learn how to use your godly connection, because watch this, sometimes your parents need to be some of your best friends. You better learn how to talk to them. You better learn how to ask questions. And parents, you better learn how to talk to your kids. Because there's a whole other world out here. I'm trying to tell you. Some of y'all didn't know what DM is. You'll be amazed at what coming to DM. Hello? Somebody blink if you understand what I'm saying. Amen. God bless you. So back to the text. The text tells us that because of the friend's faith, the palsy was able to get not just her body saved, his body saved. But watch this, sins were forgiven. Watch this, young people. when you have the godly connections, when you connected to the right people, not only when they get you to Christ, but watch this, your lifestyle gonna change. So when you was unable to walk in one season, all of a sudden God can tell you to rise. Take up your mat, baby. Fold it up, baby. Fold up your bed. Fold up your bed. Look, your friends even helping you fold up your bed. Help. Fold up your bed. Fold up your bed. There you go. Just put it together. It don't even matter. Just put it together. All right, watch this. The text tells us that the man folded up the mat, stood up, and started walking. The Bible tells us because of the friends of the faith of the friends that the palsy was able to walk. The palsy was able to walk. So young people, what kind of godly connections do you have? Who are you connected to? Because the right people at the right time will push you to your purpose. But the right people at the wrong time will jack you up. So you got to learn, young people, to get rid of the toxic friends. Find you some people who are going to be in your corner and have your back, and when you can't feel like you can't get a prayer through, can pray on your behalf. And then watch this. The text tells us that the sins were forgiven. And because the sins were forgiven, the people start hating on the person who had the palsy. That's right. It said the religious folk, the scribes said, who can forgive sins but God? But watch the response of Jesus, because watch this, the Bible tells us that in his spirit, he knew what was going on, he knew what was up. So here it is, he was discerning, and he told them, he just started giving it to them real, like, listen, in so many words, I am God. I am the truth. And because I have a godly connection, not only when I speak a thing, it come to pass. So here it is tonight. That watch this. If Jesus is not only our Lord and Savior, but Jesus is our big brother, then watch this. Whatever he speak and say I can have, then watch this. I can do the same thing. So I start to decree, young people, every day. You start decreeing every single day that listen, today I'm going to find some godly friends. If I don't have none, I'm going to search for them. I'm going to connect with people who are going to teach me about Jesus, and I can tell them about Jesus. But watch this, I'm going to set the example, because if you never set the example, then you'll never have godly connections. Amen. So it's critical, it's important that you understand that if you're going to labor in love, you got to find some people that you connect with. I need y'all to lock arms right quick. Lock arms right quick. All right, now let's go this way. All right, make a straight line so everybody can see. All right, turn that way, face that way. All right, baby, you get in the middle. All right. Lock arms, lock arms, lock arms, lock arms, lock arms. All right. So this is what I want y'all to do. Y'all, you good? Don't hit your sister in the face, bro. Don't do it. All right, here it is. All I want you to do is take 3 steps forward. All right? Take 3 steps back. That's easy, right? Because they have a godly connection. But sweetheart, if you don't mind, turn around in the opposite direction. Just you. All right, grab their arms. All right. So on the count of 3, baby, you go this way, and y'all go this way. 1, 2, 3, go. It's hard, ain't it? Ooh. Pause. See, watch this. All right, stop. Here it is. Watch this. A lot of the young people's friendships are just like this. All right. They trying to go one way. All right. Everybody else trying to lead them the other way. All right. But the moment, young people, you make up in your mind that we all going to go in the right godly direction and we're going to be connected the right way. Good word, church. You turn around, get back connected, and walk in right standing in where you're going. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge him, and watch this, he shall direct your path. So watch this, if he's going to direct my path, then I got to make sure that I stay in line with what he says. Because if I stay in line with what he says, then watch this, I'm able to do what he says I can do. So if he says I can walk on water, I can walk on water, tiptoeing in my joys. Everybody watch this. Whatever he tells you can do. Because watch this, whenever you have godly connections and you trust in him, you're able to do everything that God has called you to do. But it's going to require some faith. It's going to require some godly connections. And then watch this, it's going to take for you to stand up, and when everybody else don't want to do it, you're going to have to man up, woman up, and say, you know what, even if I got to be by myself for a season till my friends can get connected, I'm going to get connected. Good word. So just for a few moments, young people, I want you to think about your friends. Let's go. Y'all can have a seat. Let's give the Lord a clap of praise. about your friends. Think about who you're connected to. And this summer, do something that's going to blow your mind. God bless you.
Amen.